Hi everybody, this is Jamie. I'm going to cover some miscellaneous topics in this segment. So first of all, I didn't mention anything about local notifications. The API that we have in JavaScript allows you to post notifications. So this can be based on anything that happens in the application itself. So if you get a special type of event from Silver Mobile Server, if something else happens that you think is important, you can notify the user using this API. So I invite you to go ahead and study that a bit more. This comes directly from the user guide. Next, the smengine.js is a file that if you include in your application, you're actually able to do a lot within the browser, and it will help you really debug and use Silver Mobile. So let me expand upon that a little bit more. Now earlier I had said that if you run your applications just in the browser, you're not going to get the full benefits of Silver Mobile. And that's true. But you still can get your events and your messages. Now messages will not be rendered unless you're specifically listening for messages and then affecting the screen. If your application is listening for events and doing something through Sencha Touch or jQuery Mobile, then you can still get that by including the smengine.js file in your index.html. So let's have a look at that. For the stocks st app, index.html is here, and we've included this script smengine.sencha.js. So really we've got two smengines, one for Sencha and one for jQuery. And then additionally, we have to create this variable smengine.config and tell it that we're really part of that app. And that way we're going to receive events and messages. So let me show you that. Just pull up a browser. I've selected stocks here. I can select one more. Nothing's happening, but watch. I can actually post stocks, and sure enough, it doesn't work. Oh no, there it does. Good. Okay. So let's just make sure it goes. Yep. So that's working just fine, and so you're able to get events and messages if you include that smengine.js file. There's a different one for Sencha, different one for jQuery. So go ahead and check out the user guide on that one. Okay. Moving on. Let me quit this. For those of you that are actually using the iOS simulator or the Android emulator, then you can actually install versions of Silver Mobile right on your desktop. So for Android, folks that know Android, it's just follow directions there. It's very simple, and you can find the clients in Silver Mobile. This is the root directory of Silver Mobile clients, and you see one for Android, the Android APK. And then here's a little trick that you do for the iOS simulator. It's right here. I have it here. I have no Silver Mobile installed. Okay? Now watch. What I can do, this little trick, is that I have to go to my library folder. And the way that you have to do that in Lion is you have to go connect to folder. And then you put in, tilde library. Okay? That'll get you here. Go to Application Support, iPhone Simulator 5.1, Applications. When you're in here, create a new folder with some just large number that's going to be the GUID or the UUID, and then you just take the simulator, copy, paste, you restart the phone, and here it is. Okay. Lastly, the web.xml file. Let's have a look at that. Just make sure that you understand what's going on here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all the examples are in one official web app that's governed by the web.xml file. However, when you go ahead and create your own apps, you're really just you might think of just putting one or two within that web app, one or two mobile apps. And the reason why we can put the separate mobile apps within the single web app is because we specifically refer to a URL within the administrator so that the app shows up based on the exact URL, not the root of the context. But anyway, when you do create your own, you're going to want to copy this web.xml file and your webinf and then put whatever else you need in there, depending on what Java tools you're using. But just for you to know, in order to get the security capabilities to protect your assets, then use the Shiro filter, just like this, cut and paste. It references an INI file that's part of our Silver Mobile config that will automatically include the sessions within a cluster and have it protected. Second of all, for Groovy to work with those groovelets, you need to include this servlet and the servlet mapping. We actually include Groovy all in the kind of root of Jetty, so you don't have to include Groovy. You just have to include this little piece in your own web XML. Okay, so that concludes these miscellaneous topics. Thank you very much.